Most people conform and follow the crowd. Some want to be different. Some think that they're different. But only a few have the courage to be different. Welcome to Microcap Explosions, where returns can be explosive. The only question left is whether you have the courage to be different.
Welcome to Classic Value Investors and Microcap Explosions. This is Mariusz Konieczny. In this video, I'm going to show you how to publish a book. I've had some requests, so here it is. Now, to summarize the process, it's really pretty simple, and I think that many places are making it way too complicated than it really is. So if I were to say it in 7 points. Number 1, you write it. Number 2, you gotta have someone edit it. You don't have to. If you know how to write very well, you can edit it yourself. You have to format it, and then you have to design your cover. You have to set up your publishing company, because you want to operate it under some kind of publishing company. You want to buy ISBN, which is like a number identifying each book, and you want to have a publishing company set up so that you can buy ISBN for the publishing company. You don't buy it for an individual name, you buy it for a publishing company. So my company is called Investment Publishing. And then once you have it all, you upload everything to Kindle Direct Publishing. And once you do that, your book will show up on Amazon. Everything will be uploaded to Amazon, and people will buy the book on Amazon, paperback, physical copy, or Kindle. You don't have to ship it. It's all taken care of. Every month you get a deposit in your bank account for the money that you made. That's it. So thank you for watching. Just kidding, just kidding. I'll give you a little bit more details. So the first thing that I do when I write a book, and as you know, I wrote a lot of books. I have about 10 books that I wrote. They're not all in my hands, but this was the first book that I wrote in 2009. And when I didn't know what I was doing, I involved a lot of people, and it costs me a lot of money. So this book cost me about $6,000 to write, and now when I write a book, I don't think it will even cost me $100. And why did this book cost me $6,000? Well, I paid about $2,000 to have someone design the cover. I paid another $2,000 for someone to lay it out for me, and then I paid another $2,000 to have an editor. Now, I don't do this anymore like this. So, because when I write a book, I just write it. I open up the Word file and I write it. I don't do any formatting. I don't check any mistakes. I just put my thoughts and I just write it. So you might ask, how long does it have to be? And when you read in various different places, they'll tell you, well, it has to have 200 pages, blah, blah. No, none of this. You can have it as long as or as short as possible. I like to set my limit that it has to have about at least 100 pages. And I price them at the same price, no matter how many pages I have. Because really, if you bought my book, were you concerned like, how much am I getting paid per page? No. You just bought it because you wanted the information. And actually, the shorter it was, probably the better, because you don't have a lot of time to waste. So I don't worry too much about it being 300 pages, 200 pages, 100 pages, that's fine. So then you have to decide, like, and after you write it in Word, you'll have a better idea of like what kind of size you want it. So what I mean is, this is the most popular size. Okay, so it's 9 inches long and 6 inches wide. That's the most popular. Okay, Now the second most popular, and I use that size for the first book, then this is the gold book, and then also the coronavirus book is the same, right? Same size, and I'll tell you later why size is important. And then I like when I don't have as much to say, when I have a shorter book, but I still want it to be 100 pages, then I use this size, and it's 8 by 5. Yeah? And I use that size for the due diligence, how to finance gold companies, and scuttlebutt investor. See, they're all this size, and this one is about 100 pages long, so you can see that the thickness is similar. This one is a little thicker, but anyway. So after you write it, right, you gotta have it edited, okay? Because you don't want to have mistakes in it. Like now, if you're a good writer, you probably don't have to have it edited. But if you're like me, that you make a lot of mistakes, then you gotta have it edited. Now, yeah, on that part, I couldn't do this myself. So for me, my girlfriend does it for me. She used to work in a newspaper, and she does it for me. So I don't even pay for editing anymore. But if I were to pay for it, you can probably get someone to do it for about $2,000. So that's probably the most expensive thing. Now, as far as, formatting it, like, so that, because you do want to format it. You want it to look nice, and what's important about formatting is, like, for example, headings, right? Page number, maybe a title in here, and then your name on this side. So they're different. Or you might have pages on the bottom. But like, it's different because here the page number is on the left, here the page number is on the right. So when I didn't know anything, then I actually hired someone to do the layout for me. And then they used like InDesign or whatever. Then I got smarter. Okay? And by smarter, I mean you buy a template. Okay? So if you go on Google and you can search for interior design book templates, and you will have plenty of websites where you can buy a Word, and I would use Word. I wouldn't use InDesign because everybody has the Word, and I'll show you what a template looks like. But you just Google it and you buy a template, and in the template is like $20, and that's when the size matters, because usually you have to tell the website, hey, I want template for that size, and you can download samples of what the template looks like, and then once you have your book written, you simply copy and paste it into the template. So for $20, anybody can do it. You don't have to pay $2,000 for someone to lay out the book for you. Okay? Second, the cover. Okay? So the cover is the same as the interior design. You buy a template. So you go on Google and you say book cover templates. Plenty of websites, and you also have to give them the dimensions, right? The spine size will differ depending on how many pages you have, but it's not a big deal. So most likely you want your template to be in Photoshop, right? So you buy it, again, $20 or whatever. You get the file, you choose whatever template you want, and most likely you have to just replace the title, your name, and use the picture that they have, or maybe even replace the picture, right? There's plenty, but it's so much easy because it's already set. The Photoshop files is already set up to the correct size. It's cheap. Now, if you don't want to do the template, another easiest thing is to go on like on elens.com, and it will cost you like $150 for someone to design you a cover. Then you have to have a publishing company, okay? Because you're publishing yourself. Now, of course, you can try to have it published by a publishing house. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would give someone else all the money for really doing nothing. So I set up my own publishing company. So right here, if you can see, investment publishing, okay? That's simply an LLC. Different states have Secretary of State. You set up an LLC. If you're in a different country, you set up a name of Tom Publishing, blah 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 Publishing, or whatever name you want. Or it could have been Classic Value Investors, but I chose Investment Publishing. I had a little logo designed, and I used that name because I used that name, Investment Publishing, to buy ISBN, which is a number that's on the bottom. That's a number that's identifying each book. So that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna go through some of the templates on my screen so you see exactly what I was talking about, and then we're gonna go into the Kindle publishing website, and I'll show you how things are laid out. And once you have all of these steps, you just upload it and everything is done. That's it.
Okay, so step number 1 was write a book. So this is the one that I'm doing, the coronavirus book, how to profit from the coronavirus recession. So as you can see, Word file, no formatting, nothing. Chapter 1, bam, just write. That's it. So once you write a book, then the next thing is obviously if I had it in this format, I would have it formatted. I would have it edited. So step number 2, have it edited in this format so that you can make the changes here. And then once it's perfect the way you want it, then you can take it and format it. Okay, so formatting, just like I said before, it was template. So let me show you what a template looks like. Here's a template, okay? And it's already formatted to what I wanted. It will have some kind of title. You put your own thing, you put your own name of your company. You just fill out whatever they have here. This is where you put your ISBN that you will purchase later, your title here, and you lay out the book in the template. And as you can see, template here, like for example, the template takes care of the odd and even numbers. Right here is a page number 10. It's on the left. Here it's on the right. This page has my name here, or it has a title here. And if you want to change it, you double click, you put your name here, or you do this. So that's a template. So where do you get this template? I just Googled interior book design templates or something like that, and I got to bookdesigntemplates.com. There are plenty of websites. So look through this, for example. You see that most popular templates, blah blah blah, different ones, and then I clicked on see all of our templates here. You can get them in various different formats. InDesign, Word, get this. Word is the best in my opinion. Different ones here. Yeah, so let's say we click on something like this, right? We can buy it, but we can also get a sample of what it looks like. So we can test it out. If we like it, we buy it, right? So in this case, it's about $40. You go through it and then you choose. You see how I was talking about the sizes? So after you go through the checkout, you tell them which size you want, what format. Like I said, get Word, and that's it. And here's your template. Then you use that and you put all of your text in a template. You don't have to be a designer. For freaking $40, you can have a beautiful looking interior.
The same thing with book covers. So just Google book cover design templates. And here I am on a website, DIYbookcovers.com. Oh, look at all these. Look at all these templates that you can buy, right? You can put your name here, your title here. You can choose the whatever file you want it in. So I suggest you have Photoshop. Here's another website, bookdesigntemplates.com. Look at that. You can get whatever you want, change the title, name, bam. Look at all these options. And obviously different websites will have different prices for these. Let's look at browse nonfiction. Let's say, okay, you like this. Look at all these. Right? And here in this case, it's about $100. So you can either pay $100 for your cover, or you can even pay someone else $150 to design it for you. But it's cheap. Next step, you want to buy yourself ISBN number. Okay, it's not correct. ISBN. The number is already in here. So you go to myidentifiers.com. It's by Boker, or you can just Google buy ISBN. And here you will have different choices. You can buy one ISBN. So if you're only planning to buy one book, you're going to pay $125. But what I did, I knew I was going to write more. I just bought a package of them, 10 of them, for about $300. And now, like I said before, you need to have the name of your publishing company. So you need to set up an LLC before you come here, and then you can buy 10 ISBNs, one or even 100. And you might think, like, why don't I buy 10 and then resell the 9? Well, because they are in your name, they are in your publishing company. So in your publishing company's name, if you want to set up a self-publishing company where you buy, let's say, 1,000 ISBNs, and then you recruit writers to write for your company, then you can assign them. But anyway, the ISBNs are assigned to the name of your publishing company, not to you personally. Now, going back to this, once you have your entire book laid out and you purchased your ISBN, you enter it here, then you want to turn this into a PDF. So you simply go, right, save as PDF. That's what a PDF looks like, right? After it's turned into PDF, you will have the pages, and sometimes when you have a blank page, it will put it correctly. Table of contents. If you have the right template, this will be adjusted automatically. And then again, blank page, and your entire book will be in PDF. And you want it in PDF because this is what you upload later. When it comes to the cover, and I don't have Photoshop on this computer, that's why I'm not showing you. When it comes to the cover, you want to have it also in PDF, and just like this, and then you upload it as a PDF to Kindle Direct Publishing, which I will show you later. Notice that I have space here. This is the back side of the cover. I have space here for a barcode, and you don't have to get a barcode once you upload it to Amazon. You just have to make sure there's space, and Amazon slaps a barcode here, which will include ISBN. You also want to have only this portion, the page 1, saved as JPEG because you will be required to upload a first page of the cover too. Because like when you have your Amazon
when it's all uploaded to Amazon, it only shows up the first page, not the whole front with the back. So you want to prepare on the front end. You want to have an account with Kindle Direct Publishing. And obviously Kindle is an ebook, but that's where everything plays together. So as you can see here, I have my books, all of them here. And if I just wrote a new book, what I would do is I would click create new title. I would say paperback, and I'm not going to click on it, paperback, and you will have to fill out all the details, like for example, title of the book, you will put ISBN, you will say what categories your book is in, and then it will ask you to upload your book content, and you simply browse your computer, you upload your PDF that you created, then it will ask you to do a book cover. You simply upload the PDF of the book cover that you have, and then it will allow you to preview the book page by page, how it looks, and then you submit it. That's it. They upload it to, because this is owned by Amazon, so they create your account with Amazon. It takes like 24 hours, and then after this they have it all set up. All of this description, you don't do it here, you do it there, they do it. All of these details, again, you already did this right here, and they simply do it for you. So then when someone buys the book, you don't have to ship it, Amazon ships it, and that's it. Now, so that's for paperback. Now, after you upload the paperback, then you have an option. All you do is you click, and it says convert the book into Kindle. Boom, it's mostly done automatically. And then once you're done, then you have like a book, and you have a Kindle version, and you have a paperback, just like here, Kindle version and paperback. And now, how much do you get paid, and how do you price it? So I priced them at about $21.99 because there's all these conversions, and when I price it at this price, I get about $10 per paperback, and my goal is to make $10 per book. When it comes to Kindle, you have to price it at $9.99, because if you price it at anywhere above $9.99, then the royalty is very low. So what I mean by this, if you price it at $9.99, you get 70%, and Amazon gets 30%. If you price it at anything above, then you only get 30%. So they kind of force you to price it at $9.99. So I just want to show you some of the reports, how many books I sell. Historical. So as you can see, it's divided between, last month was January. It's divided between paperback and ebooks. So in total, I sold 178 in January, 132 in December, 100. So you see that the biggest month was in May of last year, 328 books. And then April, well, everybody was stuck, 208, right? And let's see some payments. Let's see which books are the most popular. So let's say paperback. As you can see in previous month, Gold Production from beginning to end, 20 books. The next bestseller, well, the bestseller is always this one, The Basics of Understanding Financial Statements, 68 books. Then the next one was Gold Production, then Due Diligence. Wow, I'm surprised by this, actually.
I barely ever check it. 9 books, How to Value a Stock, Why Are We So Clueless About the Stock Market, only 5, and then Scuttlebutt 3, and then Gold Finance 4. So that's paperbacks. Now let's look at ebooks. So ebooks, it's here. Again, the most popular, The Basics of Understanding Financial Statements, then Due Diligence. And so, yeah, so I know what the bestseller is, and I know which ones sell a little bit less. So this is like what I got paid in December, and everything is like delayed. Everything is delayed by 3 months. So what I get paid, now it's from 3 months later. But you can have your book sold on Amazon.com, and you can also have them sold on other Amazons, like in the UK, France, right, Australia, India. So this is all of the payments that I got for the month of December. So you can see this is all translated into US dollars, but obviously the biggest seller is Amazon.com in the United States. So it was $935, but when you add it all up, every month I definitely make more than $1,000 per month.
Yeah, so there you go. This is a pretty simple process. You write it, you get a cover design, or you buy a template, you get a interior design, a template for the interior, you get yourself investment publishing company, LLC or whatever, then you take that and you buy ISBN, and then you upload everything to Kindle publishing. And different people write books for different reasons. Okay, you might write it because it's cool. You might write it because you have a hedge fund or something, and you want to give a book to your clients, explaining, or potential clients explaining your investment philosophy. You might want to write a book because you want to help people, or a combination of. You might want to write a book because it makes you look smart. It increases your status, or it's cool, right? Or you want to write a book because you want to make a little bit of passive income. So now, I don't think that writing books is a great way to make a lot of money, but I think it's a great way to make some passive income. So I don't really check it every time, but I make a minimum of about $1,000 a month from these books, and that's enough to cover my mortgage and my utilities. So, I'm not making $1 million, but at the same time, I don't do anything to market them, and because I don't find it economical for me to spend money marketing it and doing radio shows and this to just sell a few books. But if I don't have to do anything and sell over 100 books and make about $1,000 a month, then that's a great business. But if I have to do a lot of work, a lot of money spent on marketing, and I only sell 2 times or 3 times more, it's not worth my time. But as a passive income, it's fantastic. I like helping people so they learn something about investing. It's a win-win. They learn at a cheap price. I make a little bit of money. It's great. But you might have a different reason for writing a book. So I hope that this was helpful, and it's really not as hard as you might have thought. The hardest part is writing the book. Once you write it, everything else can be, even writing the book can be outsourced. But really, I think everybody should write their own, but everything else can be outsourced. Cover, interior design, whatever. And if you don't have a budget, if you have a little bit of money, you can publish a book for very little money. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.